My trip to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland has been amazing. Every city that we've gone to so far has been more scenic than the last, and I couldn't have imagined a better trip.
All three of these countries have been on my bucket list, and I'm having a blast.
It's the delightful romanticism of the chalets, the little villages, the painted houses. It's really one of the most beautiful parts of the world.
Everywhere you go, there's going to be a picture opportunity. It's just been probably one of the most coolest experiences I've ever had.
The Alps, oh my gosh, those mountains are just breathtaking. I don't think anyone can really know what they're like until you actually see them in person. And that's one reason I would tell everyone to get on board Gate 1 and get over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, come to Munich with Gate 1. I love you.
After landing in Frankfurt, we begin our tour with a stay in the nearby Rhine River city of Mainz, Germany. Next, we'll cruise on the romantic Rhine for stunning views of castles and vineyards, then stay in picturesque Heidelberg. From there, we'll travel through the Black Forest to the powerful Rhine waterfalls before arriving in the beautiful lakeside city of Lucerne, Switzerland. We continue our journey in the Bavarian Alps to visit the storybook Neuschwanstein Castle, and then to Innsbruck, Austria, in the heart of the Tyrolean Alps. Then it's on to the Baroque city of Salzburg, birthplace of Mozart and the setting for the sound of music. We conclude our journey with a stay in Munich, world famous for its beer halls, museums, and palaces.
Mainz was where we started our tour, and I just loved it. It turned out to be one of those little secret towns that was smaller and charming and out of the beaten path.
The cruise down the Rhine was wonderful.
You think about castles along the Rhine River. There's sights after every bend of the river, and I think that was probably my favorite part of the trip.
Heidelberg, that is a beautiful city, and we were lucky enough to explore it, and really it was awesome.
I enjoyed the falls. It was just beautiful. The water was refreshing, crystal clear.
When we got to Lucerne and saw Lake Lucerne, it was the most spectacular thing I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely stunned me.
I really liked the huge covered bridge. Each little section was painted with the history of Lucerne.
We had the chance to go up to Mount Pilatus, which overlooks the whole city of Lucerne. This is breathtaking, but the ride up there is even more magical.
Going up on the cable car and then coming down on the cog railroad was phenomenal.
We went to Neuschwanstein Castle. It was one of my favorite things.
And it was gorgeous. The beautiful murals on the inside of the castle were fantastic.
Innsbruck's a very beautiful place, and we're lucky enough to spend 2 nights there, completely surrounded by the Austrian Alps.
Being able to walk through an arch and see medieval world dated to the 1300s, it was simply spectacular.
The carriage ride in Seafield, which is so scenic the whole way.
We started off by taking a train through the countryside, which was breathtaking, and then we had a tour with the horses and carriages, and it was just the most beautiful scenery I've seen.
Another highlight was the Tyrolean evening. Quite lively, entertaining, just fabulous. Well, the yodeling, I've never heard anything like it in my life. And then comes some gentlemen out, and they're putting their legs, and they're doing all types of dancing, actually, in the custom. It was just fabulous to see.
And of course, going to Salzburg, I love the sound of music, and getting to go on the hillside and spin around and twirl and have my husband pick me up in front of the gazebo was probably going to be the best part of the trip.
I do like classical music, and I'm a fan of Mozart, and it was wonderful to see the places where he wrote most of his music.
Our trip to Eagle's Nest, the views from the top of the mountain were spectacular. It's almost surreal.
Munich was a very interesting city. There's lots to see there. They have this beautiful town hall where the Glockenspiel has little knights and they joust each other, and I loved it. It was beautiful.
And we will also see the splendid summer palace of our city, which is called Nymphenburg.
One of my favorite things was Linderhof Palace. The views are amazing. But this mad King Ludwig, he wanted it to look like a fairy tale, and I mean, it couldn't have been more like a fairy tale.
Oberammergau was beautiful. The paintings on the houses, it was just everywhere you looked was something, wow, you know.
The local food, the sausages, sauerkraut that comes along with it, especially the chocolate. I'm a chocoholic, and I just thoroughly enjoyed the chocolate.
And the beer has been phenomenal. I mean, I've not had a bad one yet.
Lots of wonderful desserts, lots of strudel. Everything's been great.
Welcome, Gate 1! This is my 4th trip with Gate 1. We keep coming back to Gate 1. Everything about it is phenomenal.
Going through Gate 1, the value, it's second to none.
Your time is valuable as well, so not having to plan every little detail and know that it's going to be taken care of for you, that is just perfect for us with our busy lives.
They take the worry out of everything. I sound like a commercial, but it really is true that this is A+.
Gate 1 set it up so the hotels were in close proximity to the downtown area, so you had easy access. You wanted to go out to eat or just walk around.
Our tour guide, Derek, was really, really good. Very informative, always made it fun and entertaining and exciting.
He even explains everything to you in a way that you can understand it. And I've enjoyed him tremendously.
The local tour guides have been great.
Salzburg is my hometown. I love to show this city. I like to be a bridge between the two cultures.
The drivers are excellent. They take care of your luggage for you. He helps you on and off the bus. We have water in our seats. Very nice.
And we love the experience of traveling with a group. It's a small enough group to where you get to know the people intimately, but it's big enough to where you can kind of have that fun of being able to interact with a different person almost every day.
We just fell in love with each other right away. These guys are great.
The scenery is wonderful. The food is fantastic. Everything that you've dreamt about is here. Southern Germany, Switzerland, Austria. It's magnificent. Please come and visit it with Gate 1. We'd love to show you around.
They just make things so easy for you. It's almost stupid not to book with Gate 1.